And we are underway. Beautiful Saturday night in North Mississippi. Taken by Jay Parker. He gets to the outside. He's got room across the 25. A flag comes in across the 40, just shy of midfield. We'll check on the laundry. He's an opener last week against Chattanooga, 30-20. A night in which Draylen Ellis threw 4 touchdown passes. He's got his first third down. A little movement up front, no flag, throw to the far side, and maybe some miscommunication. Pressure and an incomplete pass.
Pressure immediate Donald, and as well number 13 Cordell Jackson will be 2 guys on this Austin Peay defense all over the field.
Play action this time. Corral did not take many shots down the field on Monday night. He connects here with Jonathan Mingo out to the 38. Jerrion Ely stays in as the running back as Ole Miss goes quickly. Ely gets a hole. He's got a big gain across the 40 down to the 35 on the tackle that time. Parrish on the ground. He's got some room across the 20 down to the 15 down to the 12-yard line. Henry Parrish, positive play on his first run.
Offense is high tempo. They should be accustomed to running at breakneck speeds that Ole Miss use.
Another handoff to Parrish. He powers his way down close to the goal line. He's brought down just short. On the 9th play of the drive, Ole Miss has it first and goal from the 1.
The 220-pounder to come in to add some mass behind that offensive line.
Henry Parrish had a big game last year against LSU. Couple of touchdowns. Matt Corral on the run. The throw complete. A touchdown. They just keep hooking up. That's Dontario Drummond, his 7th consecutive game with a touchdown catch, and Ole Miss strikes first.
Drummond was the guy, weakness and exploiting it.
Extra point for Caden Costa is good. A 10-play, 80-yard drive in 2 minutes and 38. 14th consecutive game with a touchdown pass, and Ole Miss leads 7-0.
Here, deep into your own territory.
4th and less than a yard. Draylen Ellis needs to go across the 36. Gets a good surge from the offensive line, and the Governors will move the chains. And Brian Sneed will come into the game. He is off the left shoulder of Draylen Ellis. Ellis, another shot down the field, and a flag comes in. There was a bump on the sideline. Dean Leonard in coverage there for Ole Miss.
Defense got to continue to find these guys. When you're smaller hybrid backers with this 6 DB secondary, you can't expect one guy to make the tackle. Have to improve on gang tackling little by little.
Ahmad Tanner is back in. Quarterback goes in motion. Direct snap to Tanner, and he is stood up and dropped. Chance Campbell on the tackle. And Ole Miss will turn Austin Peay over on downs. 15 carries against Louisville for 55 yards and a touchdown on the ground for Matt Corral. Snoop Connor into the game in the backfield. Corral throwing down the middle of the field, and he connects with Drummond across the midfield stripe. 1st and 20, nope. 3rd and 12 from midfield. Corral takes a shot down the far sideline, and he overthrows Braylon Sanders. Chris Partridge in the middle. Austin Peay 0 for 3 on 3rd down so far. They are 1 of 2 on 4th down. They've got 3rd and 11. Ellis flushed. He's hit from behind. Is it a fumble? Scooped up by Ole Miss. Sam Williams takes it into the end zone. A defensive touchdown. And the Rebels lead it 13-0 at the score.
You know it's a 3rd and long situation, so you know that quarterback's going to be ripe for the sack, and great execution by Sam Williams right there, getting around the offensive tackle, and as you close and tackle that quarterback, swipe at the football, knock it loose, pick it up.
Way into the NFL draft in April. Caden Costa's extra point is good. 32-yard scoop and score from Sam Williams after the sack and strip. Austin Peay has slowed it down a bit, down to 5 on the play clock. Jay Parker in motion down to one. They just get it off. Quick pass, a screen underneath. Tough break there as ran into his own guy. And Sam Williams gets credit. The Doak Walker watch list, the Maxwell Award watch list, and the Paul Hornung Award watch list. First team All-SEC as an all-purpose player. Gets the handoff here. Hurdles a man across the 45 out close to midfield. Well, Shamari Simmons thought he had Jerry on Ely and then whoop right over the top of him. 10-yard gain for Ely. Rao wants to throw, and it's Ely that kind of snatches that one out of the air for another.
Loves being versatile, being able to catch the ball out of the backfield and run the football.
Harris back in the backfield. This time it's Ely on the outside, breaks a tackle, goes across the 30 down to the 26. That is 3 straight. Loves that he's not just pigeonholed into doing one thing.
Yeah, such an engaging young man too. Really enjoyed speaking with him.
Pass complete. Out to the far side. That's going to be short. Jonathan Mingo on the catch. Ball just shy of the
0 blitz.
Corral takes a shot toward the end zone. Drummond on the catch. Or did he drop it? He dropped it, had it knocked out. At the very end of the play, he was wide open.
I said it earlier, when you're a defender, play till the absolute echo of the whistle. Tremendous effort right there. The ball is in.
Austin Peay wanted to. They could take it into the quarter right here. They try and get one more snap off. It's a handoff. And a good run here for Ahmad Tanner. Spins his way across the 30 out to the 32, maybe the 33. Nothing but a good play at the end. A moment ago, at the end of a drive for Austin Peay. Dontario Drummond couldn't hang on to a touchdown pass in the end zone. Ryan Sneed on the carry here. Mixed it up nicely through the air and on the ground so far. A good hard run there on 3rd down to move the chains and keep the drive alive. This is the 10th play of the drive for Austin Peay. And a reception and a quick tackle. Tylen Knight. Ahmad Tanner, the running back, off the right shoulder on Draylon Ellis. Ellis with time, and he wants it all deep down the sideline, and it's batted away. Miles Battle got a hand on it, and a flag comes in late. And we'll see. It's Jay Parker in motion to the bottom of your screen. Pass underneath. Flag comes in. E.J. Renner on the catch. He's run out of bounds. Short of the first down regardless. 3rd and 20 after the penalty. Shot toward the end zone. Overthrown. Intended that time for McCray. And that was too strong on the deep ball.
Well, they're really testing that far side of the field deep.
They'll take it down to the 13. Ellis flushed. Trying to make something happen. He's knocked down from behind. Dropped at the 34. Drummond in motion for Ole Miss. And a handoff and a big hole off the left side. Henry Parrish Jr. with the explosion.
This is the drive that Ole Miss absolutely needs to run right there.
Play action and a completion to Drummond.
Lane Kiffin and Jeff Levy.
6 plays or 6 penalties and 70 yards. Corral with plenty of time. Now he's flushed. And will go out of bounds right at the marker.
Another good decision by Mac.
With that. 3rd and long. Quick pass. Mingo breaks a tackle. Dives toward the stick, but he steps out of bounds just shy of the 30. Troy Henderson Jr., the line, yard short. Ole Miss goes for it on 4th down. And Matt Corral will keep it himself. He gets the first down and more. Ridden down to the 15-yard line.
Reading that defensive end, Corral is a good enough an athlete, again, dodging Cordell Jackson. Able to keep moving and continue this drive.
Needed one, got 14. And now Corral toward the end zone. He's got a man. That's Mingo on the receiving end. Touchdown. Second touchdown pass of the game. This time a 15-yard strike from Corral.
One of these skinny posts. Last one going the other direction to Dontario Drummond. This time it's Mingo. Able to get skinny, stack inside the trail defender.
66 yards. Caden Costa on, kicks the extra point. Ole Miss now leads it 21-0. So first half, if that's going to be effective.
Otherwise, it just kills your defense.
Pass left side. That's going to be close to a first down. They'll mark it just across the 25. And so Austin Peay does indeed get the...
Walden doesn't look like a guy, as we watch him on the sideline, as a guy that listens to music quietly, though.
Good open field tackle there by Jalen.
Guys, you have to be mature. You have to take care of every last little detail. It doesn't matter if we get yards if we make mistakes.
Braylon Sanders on the end around is knocked off his feet just shy of midfield. 3rd and 4. Snoop Connor has come into the game for Ole Miss. It's a handoff to Connor, and he gets to the 50 and is knocked off his feet there. Take a look. Ole Miss going for it here on 4th down. Corral keeps it, dumps it off to Drummond, gets a block and works his way up the sideline. Big play for Dontario Drummond. Tightrope touchdown. 49 yards. He got one block and then did the rest on his own.
If there's been catches Austin Peay a little bit on their heels, you run the read option, Corral's able to step out of the way, flip a quick little swing pass to your wide receiver, and he runs away from the rest. And he's a big body.
Dontario Drummond, 9 catches for 177 yards and a touchdown. Tonight, 5 catches, 98 yards. That was the first time they had done that since 2016. They're trying to go consecutive games in which they don't allow a point in the first half. This ball comes loose, and it's recovered by Ole Miss. Chance Campbell with the fumble recovery. Ellis.
Chance Campbell was all over the field Monday versus Louisville. This time it's knocked out by the defensive lineman, but Campbell's the fortunate one to fall on it.
Well, how about the night Sam Williams is on the tackle? It was good coverage that time down the field for Austin Peay. Henry Parrish, what a cut in the open field across the 15 to first down. Just didn't see anything and decided to get rid of it, but he was not outside the tackle box. So 3rd and 15. Pressure coming. Corral swings it right side and a good open field tackle. Well, maybe not good enough. Henry Parrish stays on his feet down to the 11. It will bring up a 4th down.
Another opportunity, or another golden opportunity that was in manipulating defenders by how he moves his eyes.
He dumps it, gets it to Braylon Sanders into the end zone. Another first half touchdown pass. This time from 11 yards out, and Ole Miss leads 36-0.
See Corral comfortable in the pocket, finds that crossing route. No one within a long ways.
Costa drives it through inside the left
game before the half.
Was knocked off of his feet even after the ball was gone.
Late flag. The true freshman this coaching staff is really excited about.
Fast, deep shot down the field here. A little bit of bumping. Jalen Jones. The flag comes from back underneath the goal. So Austin Peay looking to get points on the board for the first time tonight. Here's another shot down the field, and That is a touchdown catch. What a throw and catch. Benico Harley hauls it in, slides just inside the pylon, and Austin Peay is on the board.
The far side of the field, often it's easy to get lulled to sleep when it doesn't come at you. And that's a case right there where Dean Leonard got caught not sure where the ball was. Excellent throw as well by Draylon Ellis.
How nonchalant was that catch from Benico Harley? Had a big game in the opener against Chattanooga, had 6 catches.
There's momentum up for grabs. The halftime has allowed everybody to catch their breath, and momentum is really up in the air for someone to take. So if they're going to sit Matt Corral down, I would expect for it to be after this drive.
Well, certainly Matt Corral will come on the field to start this second half for Ole Miss. There's another element to this, man, and it feels like
at the opening play right here.
Yeah, before you run a play in the second half seems to be an inopportune time for a timeout. Out of the timeout, first play they ran was crisp.
Yeah.
Drummond in motion. Parrish off tackle into midfield. Lane Kiffin has talked a lot of it. I was going. It's like, that's my guy.
That's the impact that Lane Kiffin has. He is such a unique personality. He's engaging. His guys really, everybody talks about Corral, but he's very engaged with all his players.
Mingo looked like he was almost to a knee. He was able to keep that knee off the ground. It's a 40-yard touchdown pass. That one looked easy in high school. And Costa slips this one inside the right upright. Matt Corral, division in the ACC. Yeah. Arkansas absolutely throttling Texas tonight in what's got to be a hugely emotional night in Fayetteville. Pass play and design there, backward pass and then down the field, so a double pass. Trey Goodman made the pressure coming from behind. Deep throw down the sideline. Flag comes in.
Handcuffed him. That's where the penalty came from. Grabbed the wrist of the wide receiver, and that's a big no-no. That's an easy call.
Ellis toward the end zone, trying to connect that.
But he is continuing to have his team playing hard despite this deficit.
Second and goal. Boy, this one's blown up at the point of attack. How about Keydron Smith jumping that route?
That's the Ole Miss defense from a year ago.
Toward the end zone. And good coverage that time from Dean Leonard. First field goal try for either team in this game. That one is good. And it's now 44-10. So Austin Peay puts points on the board. 11:21 left in the third.
Guys in on that defensive front. I would expect a heavy dose of Snoop Connor here in the second half.
First play of the drive goes in the wrong direction. Matt Corral stands in, throws over the middle. Mingo across the 40.
Quarterback and continue to grow his confidence, but how much risk do we want to place in him?
Corral, plenty of time, and now he'll take off, and he's dragged down in the open field by Kobe Perry. That's 2 in a row.
With Jonathan Mingo far down the field, but he pulls it down, doesn't put the ball in harm's way.
Snoop Connor across the 35, and that's good enough for a first down. If you're Matt Corral or Lane Kiffin, you have to either...
Some of the execution errors of the first half is why Matt Corral is still in here. He's played well, but as an offensive unit, there's some cleaning up that they need to do.
Play action, cuts it up the middle, now bounces to the outside, and Corral goes down to the 16-yard.
Getting sawed off by some defensive end in the Big 12.
Matt Corral moving his tight end around. A couple little ball fakes there, spins his way inside the 5, and he's stacked up at about the 4.
Okay, he's run it, what, about 3 times in a row here on these scrambles. I get being protective, but he has taken...
Ventura, California. Back shoulder throw, trying to get it 5 touchdown passes so far tonight for Matt Corral. He had 1 through the air and 1 on the ground against Louisville. Handoff instead to Snoop Connor, and he bulldozes his way into the end zone for a rushing touchdown. Ben, you and I were talking a little earlier. You asked, does Snoop Connor really only have 1 carry? Yeah, you got fresh legs in the zone.
Just watch this offensive line. Really a lot of movement. Snoop Connor, great jump cut in the backfield, finds a crease, is able to get into the end zone relatively easily. Maybe that's not Lane Kiffin's style.
Ole Miss has scored a touchdown on 6 of its last 7 drives. Where Ed Ogeron's son Cody is the starting quarterback.
House divided.
Yeah.
The field goal unit, a previous drive, that's a little bit like, okay, listen, I'm going to get my guys some opportunities. Let's get our field goal kicker out here in an SEC environment and let him kick with the big lights. That's a growth opportunity for a team and a coach like Scotty Walden that, listen, there are no moral victories, he said.
Personal face mask on the defense. Number 46, 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Scotty Walden.
When Ole Miss gets the ball back, we will see if Matt Corral's night is done. Big tackle there. And Mark Robinson. Mark Robinson, interesting story for Ole Miss. Running back at Southeast Missouri State. It's like he's shot out of a cannon.
I think it was Coach defensive coordinator Partridge. Chris Partridge said he's like a torpedo.
There you go. Torpedo. Which is even better than being shot out of a cannon. Ellis scrambling. Takes a shot, throws it away on 4th down, and Ole Miss will take back over. And the Rebels are going to go to a new quarterback, it appears. True freshman Luke Altmaier will actually make his second. He hands it off to John Rice Plumlee on Plumlee's first touch of the game, and he's got big yards. All the way down to the 30-yard line. Altmaier hands it off to John Rice Plumlee on a.
Matt Corral ended up out of this game. They said Luke Altmaier's a little bit more of a Matt Corral clone, a little bit more athletic than the taller, more pocket-oriented Kinkhead Dent.
Ball comes out. Snoop Connor had it pop out. Still loose on the ground. You got Altmaier and others that are trying to pull it away, and I think it's going to be Austin Peay. Taking a look at C.J. Evans in the backfield. And on 3rd down, he stopped after a gain of a yard, and it will bring up 4th and 6.
But once you get in,
it's not just this season, and it's not just Matt Corral. It's kind of across the arc of Lane Kiffin's career.
Yeah, he has, over the course of his career, worked with some incredibly talented players, but they are also beneficiaries of a tremendous and a truly innovative offensive scheme that Lane Kiffin and Jeff Levy are executing.
Pass was.
And then they got into this fall camp. They were able to fully install this up-tempo spread that they want to run for Austin Peay. And you can tell they do a good job of executing this very dynamic scheme.
There's a sack. Tywan Malone on the sack. That is his first. We'll talk more about that in just a second. Heard some interesting things over the course of the week. Kincaid Dent has come into the game. That's Kentrell Bullock on the carry out across the 30. Good enough for a first down. And this may have been the plan all along, but go. So maybe just a coincidence, but Kincaid Dent in, and Ole Miss picking up the first down on the ground. Here's Kentrell Bullock again, and a burst up to the 45 for another first down.
Expect a heavy dose of rush off.
He could be the greatest running back in the history of Ole Miss football when it was all said and done, and he would still be, at best, the second best running back from his hometown.
Columbia after contact.
Kincaid Dent, third quarterback tonight, used for Ole Miss, trying to march the offense down into the end zone. He hands it off to John Rice Plumlee, headed left. Plumlee with a burst across the 15 down to the 13-yard line. John Rice Plumlee, full-time as a wide receiver now, primarily in the slot.
Doing the Julian Edelman thing. I don't think Julian Edelman wore a headband around his neck, though. That's a unique stylistic choice. Nice block, though.
Dent pulls it.
At the SEC in rushing last year.
That's absolutely right. Dump off to Hess, and he is upended. He thought his knee didn't go down, popped back up and got hit a second time. All right, did you ever do that as a tight end? You got drilled, and then you were just trying to sell that you on to try a field goal. He was 3 of 3 against Louisville. This is a 25-yard attempt from the right hash. And it's right down the gut, and that makes it 54-10. 6 minutes and change.
There are ways to show your players, listen, you guys have stood in a tough environment against a tough team. We know that you give up some speed and some pounds, but you guys have fought.
Nice catch there. As Trey Goodman able to haul in the pass from Sheldon Lehman. Lehman barely got it off before the 25-second clock ran out. C.J. Evans trying to run away from tacklers. He's going to run all the way into the end zone. A 40-yard touchdown run for C.J. Evans, the sophomore from Mobile.
Ole Miss brings pressure off the edge, and Evans is able to squirt right up inside. And then just the opposite of that swarming, you see that he's able to work in between all of those defenders. Whereas when we showed in that highlight package earlier, it was more.
So you saw the reaction there from DJ Durkin, the Ole Miss defensive coordinator, as Austin Peay goes over 400 total yards now for the game. It was just kind of a head shake of frustration.
On a routine, from personal experience, I can tell you when tempo was just working its way into football, it was really challenging for me to break my rhythm of just breaking a huddle and lining up at the line of scrimmage.
And that's John Rice Plumlee, the 4th different player to line up at quarterback tonight. The 2 analysts on Alabama's staff, one more thing to plan for. Bullock trying to get away from a tackle. He's pulled down for a loss of a yard at midfield. We're inside 30 seconds to play. And that is probably going to do it. Not going to see another snap in this ball game. Ole Miss gets the win 54-17 over Austin Peay. Seems to have gotten out of this game without any injuries. You get the win. Got some things that you could work on. What do you take away?
Yeah, you look at this. Lane Kiffin is a 54-17 victor. He's blowing out his slumped shoulders. You can see he's a little bit dejected.